Hi, I'm Patu from FreeFinCal, and let's take a look at 10 money resolutions for 2020. Regular subscribers may recall that I had done a video called 6 Money Resolutions for 2019. I was asked in FreeFinCal by somebody, I forget who, whether I can make an updated video on this. Initially I told him what is the need to update it because the resolutions are going to be the same. But then I thought maybe new subscribers might get to see it, and maybe I can add some more. So I've changed the 6 to 10, and let's see. The initial 6 are the same. Let's see what's new. So I'd been talking a lot in 2019 about working towards a secondary source of income, planning for it, and I'd done a series called Monday Money Mantra. So I talked about finding a common ground between your skills and talent, and something that people will find useful and will be willing to pay for. This is something that you should be developing very actively because it will help a lot towards to when you hit middle age and later on and so on. You have a lot of time to build for it, and so this is something that you should continue to develop if you have started, or should start if you have not done so. And the most important thing is to keep building that emergency fund. You never know when you need it, so don't ask whether is 6 months enough, 6 months emergency expenses enough, 12 months expenses enough, and so on. Keep adding a little by little to the emergency fund as long as you are able to. And the third thing is to have a proper financial plan where you understand the importance of your long term financial goals. You need to use a proper calculator to use it. You can consider using my FreeFinCal Robo Advisory template, or I have several other calculators which are free. You can work with them. This is most important. Please increase, so whatever you invested in 2019, increase it by at least 5 to 10% in 2020, and as much as possible from in every subsequent year. That's going to be key to growing wealth. The key to growing wealth is actually more investments and time, because returns are not in your hand. Returns are important, but it's not in your hands. This is quite obvious, but young people have serious problems with us. Please think very hard and understand where and how it will impact your finances before you take on any kind of debt, any kind of EMIs, for whether it's home, car, even what is that, no interest EMI, whatever it is. Think about how it will impact your finances and then do it. Don't be in a hurry, because if you get into debt, it can be too difficult. It can be difficult to reverse, and it will take a lot of time. And from 2019 to 2020, the importance of this resolution has actually grown like 100 times more, I would say. Information overflow is just too, excess is just too much in everything that we are looking at. Every form of the internet that we can get our hands on, there's just too much of misinformation. People out there are trying to incite fear in you. The government has changed PPF rules. Did you check what's new, and so on? Or Modi government has changed PPF rules, and so on. They're trying to create fear, and if you actually read it, there will be nothing in it. And they just, so you please avoid as much as possible information, as much as possible. I have been saying this many times. I am also a source of one such information, and now I am now part of the news fraternity in some sense. So I've also become part of that alphabet soup. So I also should be avoided in all forms. This is, I think, so number 7. This is a new one. Start thinking at a portfolio level. Don't say this mutual fund has given me this much return, that mutual fund has given me that much return. Go take a bird's eye view and look at the portfolio level risk. Look at the portfolio level returns that you're making. Look at the diversification at the portfolio level, and not look very very piecemeal into your portfolio. When you do that, you get a much better perspective of actually how much your wealth is growing. I've been doing this in my audits. The audit for this year is coming up. I'll publish it next week after the Chennai meet. So please graduate from individual investments to portfolio level. I will talk more about this later. and think beyond returns. I've been saying this for the last couple of audits now. Not in terms of returns, but analyze the investments, analyze your portfolio in terms on analyze where you are in terms of what is the corpus that you have, what is the corpus that you need, how we are going to get there, what is your current corpus worth, and so on. That's the only way forward, because you cannot eat returns. You need to have enough corpus. So I've been saying this again and again. Think about the big picture. Don't think about tax benefits, reward points, cashback. This is how, I mean, you have to get out of that middle class mentality and focus on the big picture. Tell yourself you're going to become a multi crorepati. Tell yourself you're going to be rich, and start investing with faith and hope, but with enough risk management in place. Preparation and optimism are two different things. You have to prepare for the worst, but you can be optimistic and have faith and so on. Those are two different things. There's no need to confuse them. I see many people are confused about it and accuse me of being pessimistic and too conservative. That's how I plan, but I am optimistic, and you have to think that you're going to become rich, and tell yourself that you're going to be a lot more richer. Find out how much your net worth has changed from 2018 December to 2019 December, and then tell yourself I'm going to be that's my target in 2020 December, and strive in terms of investment amount. Tell yourself in the next 12 months I'm going to invest this much. Forget about returns, that's not in your hands, but tell yourself you're going to invest this much more and achieve that. So that's a nice blank. Stop watching Free FinCal. Graduate out of Free FinCal. If you like what I'm doing, I thank you very much for your support. But the biggest compliment that you can give me is by saying thank you for what you've done, but I moved on. I don't need you anymore. I will refer my friends who need you to your website, but I am done with you. Goodbye. And that's in my for me, in my view, the biggest gift that you can give me. So get out of Free FinCal. Your money management is in order. You don't need to learn anything new. You're done. You just go focus on your life, focus on your real wealth, which is your health and time. So that's what I wanted to say. Wish you all a wonderful 2020. I'll catch you later. Bye.